sure it's going.
Let's go. She's into a lot of questions.
Okay, we are ready to start. So first, for those watching at home, if you guys could just go down the line, Coach, just say your name, and you guys say your name, year, and where you're from.
Cool. You bet. Colby Blaine, head coach, College of Idaho.
Isaac Mercer, I'm from Nampa, Idaho.
My name is Alex Turner from Missoula, and I'm a graduate.
All right, so you guys are coming off of a national championship last year. This year, starting your national tournament journey as a 12 seed. How does the mindset change heading into this year's tournament compared to last year?
Good question. I don't think the mindset changes at all. I think the cool thing, and we've got two seniors here, is that we know what the roadmap looks like to compete in the national tournament. So the mindset coming in here certainly hasn't changed. I think it's been the process of the entire season to get us to this point. But now, like we just had practice a few minutes ago, and you could see a team that was really dialed in and good energy and loose and confident. And those are the traits we've had in the past. And our senior class has done a great job of sharing those stories with their teammates and their young teammates. We've got 7 freshmen. But over the course of the last 7 months, we've built that same mindset we've always had in the past.
And having such a young team, how do you convey that culture to keep it going with that freshman group?
Well, I think you tell stories, right? That's what we've asked our senior class to do, is to share stories, and to, our seniors have done a great job of becoming the best versions of themselves. And so our young class just watches all year long. They've been watching, how does Isaac Mercer handle himself? How does Alex Drimmer handle himself? And now you see our young classes kind of walking the walk too, with that confidence.
And to add on to that too, I think one of the biggest things in our program is storytelling, and that's our jobs as seniors, is to relay those stories and the things that our ancestors have taught us and give those to the freshmen.
Yeah, and we've instilled championship mindset from day one. It's not just like right now. So each day, starting in August, we've instilled that behavior, and just now we're here, so it's awesome.
So coming off of that tournament run from last year, what are some of the things that you've learned that you're trying to apply for this tournament run? And I know it's a little bit of a different scenario playing underdog this time, but what are you taking from that run with your experience that you've gained from last year?
Yeah, we like to focus one game at a time. And like Coach Blaine says, if you see the bracket as a whole, it can be kind of overwhelming seeing 64 teams, but just focus on the opponent in front of you and controlling what you can control each game moving forward. So.
Yeah, I've been here since our first national championship, our 2023 one and our 2025 one. And a big thing from our 2023 year to 2024 was we tried to do some of the same things with the past team that we were doing with that team. And this year we really just need to focus on being the team that we are and not trying to do things that would go with last year's team. Like, yes, those things work, but there's things that are going to work for this team and things are going to move a little bit different.
What does playing Yotes basketball look like for you guys when you go out there on the court tomorrow?
I kind of got on my shirt right here. Toughest team wins. We definitely instill that mindset. It's definitely a mindset. Yotes basketball, being a collective unit, not just being one person takes all the glory. We definitely have a group effort there, and just going as hard as we can every single game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Love is a big thing in our program, and you see that with how we play, sharing energy amongst each other, passing the ball around, banging it. That's a term that we use a lot, but really using each other to get each other open is a big thing for us.
I think the big key for us as a staff is we start the year with a ton of discipline and structure, and then as the year goes on, we want our team to have autonomy to make decisions. And so we tell them all the time, we've educated you on how to play, how we want you to play, how to play together as a team, how to stay together, how to make decisions in the middle of the game. And I think what's fun at this time of the year is these guys are driving the bus. So when what does it mean to play Yotes basketball and to see Yotes basketball? You're going to see 16 really confident guys and a staff that's just ready to hand over the keys and let them make decisions.
As we talked about earlier, this is a very talented 4-team bracket here in the Orange City bracket. How do you guys feel you match up against the pod, and how does it help to have such an experienced group to play against a talented pod?
Yeah, it's fun to see the matchups. William Penn has a heck of a history, right? And so it's fun just to even get to really dive in and do just research on the history of their program. You know, we've been following their team and doing our scout, but it's kind of been fun to just go back and look at what have they accomplished, you know, over the history of their program, like I've said. So it's cool to have these storied programs when we pop out there tomorrow because, like we said, we want to tell stories to our team, right? We expect our seniors to tell stories to our young guys. Well, I'm sure they've done the same thing. And so you're going to have two really highly competitive, not just teams, but programs, right? And then obviously on the other side of the bracket, a lot of history too. But to be honest, we haven't even, I bet, I don't even know if these guys know who's on the other side of the bracket because we are William Penn 40 minutes. So.
Yeah, and we've experienced William Penn here this season. It was probably one of the most insane basketball games I've ever watched. They play fast, they play hard. What's the scout looking like for that? How do you slow down a team like that?
Yeah, good question. You guys want to take that one on?
I think discipline is big. They're a really fast team, really athletic. They crash the boards, so just having discipline to know that they're talented, but don't let their talent get loose. So just have discipline on offense and defense, and really just control the game.
Yeah, they're willing to take tough shots, and those are the shots that we want to give them. And at the end of the day, we need to just go and box out and rebound. That kind of stops them from getting extra possession points, and then we're probably going to be coming out in the defense that we come out in, and we're looking to stop their drive. So.
Yeah, what's been fun about this group, and this is what Isaac was mentioning earlier, is every team's got to learn something different, right? And these guys have been part of different teams that have had success in the tournament. But this group this year has had to learn how to play different styles at different times. And so we started the year in one style of play at a different pace than we have played, you know, in our last 10 games. And so I think what's kind of fun is that we have a group that can play fast, we have a group that can play slow. And the truth is as the game goes on, it's just kind of a feel. We want to figure out what our best pace is, but we feel like we can play them all, which has taken all season to get to. And so we're hoping we can disrupt William Penn with the ability to make those adjustments.
You know, being experienced in the national tournament as you guys are, it's a different feel once you get into the 64 team bracket. What kind of pace, what kind of atmosphere do you expect to see this weekend?
I mean, I expect a pretty exciting atmosphere. It's going to be a fun game. It's two great teams going up against each other, and at the end of the day, like no matter how packed it is, it's going to be a high intensity game, and it's going to be like fun to play. And so I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, same thing as Isaac. Just high level games. It's gonna be exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, we love a good home crowd. We, you know, year in and year out, we have one of the best home crowds, if not leading the country in the NAIA and fan support. And so what we get to feel a lot is that energy that happens with big plays. Well, national tournament, every play is a big play. It doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter what play it is. It's a big play. And so we know there'll be energy in this crowd, you know, whether it's our fans, which are traveling out here, or visiting fans, there'll be some energy. But what's fun for us is we've gotten to experience that all year. And we get to talk about it a lot. You know, you go on the road too, and you play great teams in the Cascade Conference who have good fans, and you get to feel the momentum against you too. And so I think this team has done a great job of figuring out what that feels like, and I don't think we'll be fazed by it being a national tournament.
You guys have mentioned a lot about the experience. You've grown from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. You've got a lot of young guys who've been growing as well. Do you guys feel like you're playing your best basketball at the right time right now?
I feel like we were definitely starting to hit that peak for sure, 100%. I mean, you see it with the weekend versus SOU, OIT. That was a big weekend for us, and for us to go out and be able to go get a win over OIT, that's huge. And so I think we're really starting to play some of our best basketball right now for sure.
Yeah, I think we're definitely clicking on all cylinders. Definitely playing our best ball right now. So that's all I gotta say.
We've talked a lot this year about delayed gratification. You know, this group has been a couple wins, and then maybe we take a loss. And what we've been able to do is understand that, you know, you got to go back to the grind, and we got to figure out, okay, what happened there. And because of that, because like, you know, when you start talking about that 2 months ago, you don't know what delayed gratification is going to feel like. Well, I think we've felt that now, and so yes, now we're ready to just hit our stride. And you see, you know, a ton of confidence in our practices, and like you know, you guys have said, we have so much experience. You see it in the way we travel, and you know, the excitement to be here too. So,
Anything more from you guys? All right. Well, thanks for your time today. We're excited to watch you play this weekend.